Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors may have just been gifted perfect signing after basketball return. After a hot start to the season, the Golden State Warriors haven't lived up to the expectations that were set for them. Instead of sitting pretty at the top of the Western Conference, they are now fighting just to get into the play-in tournament picture. The result? A team left searching for answers. Golden State added Dennis Schroeder already, someone who can help keep things running when Stephen Curry is off the floor. Injuries have ravaged the roster for the time being, but once everyone is healthy, adding players who can play off of Curry, Schroeder, Jonathan Kuminga, and Brandon Podziemski should be the priority. The 26-year-old forward just made his return to basketball after winning a championship with the Boston Celtics last season. Now, he could be an intriguing player for the Warriors to target, especially if they make a consolidation trade. As it stands now, the Warriors roster is full. But should they decide to package some guys together in a deal, they would have to fill things out. That's where Brissett could come in. "I know that I'm an NBA player," Brissett told Hardwood Houdini. "I know I can play good minutes on an NBA team. And I'm confident in that." Brissett is a great rebounder and has a nose for off-ball cuts. For a Warriors squad with guys like Curry, Schroeder, and Buddy Hield, having someone adept at getting into the paint sporadically could be useful. Golden State is also one of the best offensive rebounding teams, and Brissett would only be able to help boost that category even more. Plus, if they have to give up the likes of Andrew Wiggins, Kevin Looney, or Gary Payton too in a deal, Brissett could make a decent replacement option. Plus, Brissett is extremely confident in his ability to play off of NBA stars like Curry. "I feel like I've worked on my game a lot this summer to be more of an all-around player," said Brissett. "Obviously, I know every team has their stars and that you kind of have to fit in where you fit in, but for me, I feel like I can play really well off of any player in the league. I feel like my basketball IQ is really high. So, whatever situation I'm thrown in, I feel like I'll be able to figure it out on the fly." Brissett recently signed a G League contract with the Long Island Nets. In his first game, he put up 8 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. His return to basketball on a G League contract means he could be a gift for the Warriors, as they wouldn't have to do anything but simply sign him. His rebounding, cutting, and defense would give Steve Kerr a solid tool to use off the bench, especially if a trade is made and the Warriors need to fill out the roster. Kings race past Warriors with fourth-quarter surge. De'Aaron Fox saved 8 of his 14 points for a game-ending flurry, DeMar DeRozan scored 32 points, and the Sacramento Kings overcame an big deficit to beat the visiting Golden State Warriors 123-117 on Wednesday night. Seeking to rebound from a 40-point home loss to Boston on Monday, the Warriors used a 41-point second quarter to build as much as an 18-point lead. Golden State was still up 113-109 after an Andrew Wiggins three-pointer before Sacramento dominated the final 4-0-3. While Golden State was missing 6 straight shots and going scoreless for more than 3 minutes, the Kings rattled off 10 consecutive points to take a lead that turned into the 10th win in their past 11 games. The Kings got a 14-footer from DeRozan and 2 Fox free throws to draw even at 113-113 with 2:15 remaining, then 2 foul shots from Malik Monk and 2 free throws and a layup from Fox in the 10-point run that put the hosts up 119-113 with 1:07 left. Stephen Curry, who had been scoreless in the second half, got Golden State within 4 on a 5-footer that ended Golden State's drought with 40.3 seconds left, but Monk connected from short range 15 seconds later and the Kings held on from there. Domantas Sabonis had 26 points, going 8-for-8 at the foul line, as the Kings took advantage of a 32-13 disparity in foul shot attempts to overcome a huge disadvantage in three-point shooting. Fox went 10-for-10 at the line, helping the Kings outscore the visitors 30-9 from the stripe. Sabonis also found time for a game-high 18 rebounds, while Monk compiled 20 points and a team-high 9 assists. Keegan Murray made it 5 Kings in double figures with 13 points. Wiggins logged a team-high 25 points for the Warriors, making 5 of his 11 three-point attempts. Buddy Hield added 5 threes on a 17-point night, and Gue Santos made 4 threes among 16 points off the bench as Golden State shot 22-for-48, 45.8% from deep. The Kings went just 11-for-30, 36.7%. From beyond the arc. Curry made just 1 three-pointer on 4 attempts, finishing with 14 points to complement a game-high 12 assists. Tracy Jackson-Davis chipped in with 11 points and a team-high 8 rebounds for the Warriors, who fell to 0-2 against Sacramento this season. Moses Moody added 11 points. Blockbuster NBA trade idea sends 2 ex-NBA All-Star to Warriors. The Golden State Warriors are expected to have a busy trade deadline ahead of them, as they still sit in a fine playoff position despite their cold streak. The Warriors are in 11th place in the West at 21-21, but only a game and a half behind the 7th-place Dallas Mavericks. With still 40 games left to play, the Warriors have plenty of opportunity to make up for their lapses recently, but changes are certainly expected ahead of the February 6 deadline. Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus suggested a 3-team blockbuster trade that would bring frontcourt help to Golden State, but it would cost one of their top young talents. January 4, 2025, San Francisco, California, USA, Golden State Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga, 0-0, drives to the basket against the Memphis Grizzlies in the second quarter at Chase Center. Mandatory credit, David Gonzalez. Main images / David Gonzalez. Main images. Complete trade details. Timberwolves receive Lonzo Ball, Buddy Hield, Julian Phillips, $2.9 million trade exception. Julius Randle. Bulls receive Julius Randle, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevin Looney, Kyle Anderson, Gary Payton II, Luka Garza, $20.8 million trade exception. Nikola Vucevic, $2.8 million trade exception. Torrey Craig. Warriors receive Nikola Vucevic, Patrick Williams, Torrey Craig, Talen Horton-Tucker, $9.1 million trade exception. Gary Payton II. In this absurd trade idea, the Warriors bring in Chicago Bulls center Nikola Vucevic, giving them a viable center who can stretch the floor. The 34-year-old big man is averaging 20.3 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, shooting 41.1% from beyond the arc. While adding the 2-time All-Star center would be great for Golden State, they would have to give up a haul in this hypothetical. 22-year-old Jonathan Kuminga is a more valuable asset than any player they would get in return, on top of giving away 4 key role players alongside him. The Warriors should certainly look to make a splash at the trade deadline, but sacrificing this much depth is likely not the best idea. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nikola Vucevic? Leave your opinion in the comments.